So,
That's what I thought you were going.
As a
yeah.
board member, I probably shouldn't be making fun of different schools' athletic teams. Probably frowned upon.
Hi,
Well, we love representation. So,
all right, I am live streaming now. Let me just make sure I'm
Good
muted.
afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
I'm just gonna put the link in. And good to go.
Perfect. I just need 1 minute so I can get into my car because I was in another meeting.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't you guys do, what is it, a staff versus students, or no, soccer? What is the soccer? Yeah.
Yes,
Staff
we
versus
we
students.
played staff versus students. Unfortunately, this year I missed the penalty and I hit the post 3 times.
Oh,
the
Yeah.
penalty
So
that
you
I
made
got,
them lose. You
the
made them
penalty
lose.
that I got.
Yeah, she won us a penalty. She's got a good penchant for winning penalties. I want to point out, but it was a smaller goal. If it was a
But-
real size goal, I would have scored 3
Yeah.
times because it hit
But
the post
my
3 times.
teammate did not execute on my penalties. So,
No, I
but the
ruined
same
it.
goal
I
you've been
scuffed the
playing
shot.
with all season though?
No. This is a small. Last year was outdoor. This
Okay.
year they made me play indoor.
it was
I-
cold.
They'll get over it. They're young.
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay.
And all the kids tried tackling me because I was clearly running the show. So Prince Flamingo had to explain to them that they couldn't injure the board member.
Who got hurt?
Did someone get hurt? I know they tried hurting me.
You didn't see me on the floor and my glasses flying?
I did see you on the floor again.
Was that a student? Was that Corey?
Oh, absolutely. And then a student, like absolutely slide tackled her.
I was going to say,
All right.
we're talking slide tackling was taking place here.
Absolutely. Listen here, that the students at Hartford Public High School have raw athletic talent. I'm going to emphasize the word raw, but the athletic talent is there.
Hi, everyone.
Good. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry to end the
Yes.
fun conversation.
I know. Now,
Do you play soccer?
now we got to get to work. I know, right?
My son plays soccer.
'Cause we
Christina,
need
do you
them.
mind sharing the agenda? I know it's very short.
Yeah.
Just so we
Yeah.
could see it.
Oops, hold on. Make sure I have the right screen.
Is Attorney Wilson not able to join today?
Oh, I know. Hello. Where is he?
I know he sent me an email with the memo that I wanted to review. I don't know if he said he couldn't make it or not, to be honest.
Attorney Miserak is on.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Well, I don't want to delay this. I'm
Oh.
on my phone, so I'm just going to pull up the agenda
Okay.
on my other device so I can.
Okay. There we go. Now you should. Can you see the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm texting Ed and Aaron now.
As you can all see, we have an incredibly full agenda for today. We just have the proposed renaming for the Hartford Public High School basketball court after Marcus Camby. So it's not the entire school, it's just the basketball court.
Correct.
Yep.
And we
Yeah,
have
given our recent experience, I think that's a very important distinction to be made.
Yeah.
so we do have Mr. Mike Forrest on the call, as well as the Hartford High principal.
Okay.
Minga.
Thank you. I will turn it over to the wonderful folks from Hartford Public High.
All right, great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Forrest, and I'm leading a group that wants to name the court at the Hartford Public Fieldhouse after Hartford native and basketball legend Marcus Camby. Also on the call and support are Principal Elvis Minga, and I think School Operations Manager Sherry Chan will be on shortly as well. So briefly about me, I'm a 1977 graduate of Hartford Public, And I've been involved in the Hartford Public Athletic Hall of Fame since 2002, and I've been the president since 2015. So for the first section here, and this should not take too long, but I'm going to just talk about Marcus Camby, his basketball history and career, and growing up in Hartford, and then I'll go into why we think it's a good idea to name the court after him, and then if this was eventually approved, how we'd go about doing that. So, any questions so far? Okay. All right. So Marcus Camby grew up in public housing in Hartford's Bellevue Square. He participated in Hartford Parks and Recreation growing up. He was in Project Concern for a while until he returned to Hartford Public for his last 2 years of high school. His senior year was 1993. He led the basketball team to a 27-0 record. They were number 1 in the state. They were number 20 in the country, and they won the state championship, the Class XXL title. He was named the Gatorade Player of the Year in Connecticut, and then was also named All-American. So after high school, he was heavily recruited, and he eventually went to UMass. So his junior year at UMass, he led the team to the Final Four, and that was their best season ever. And at the conclusion of the season, he was the National Player of the Year in college basketball. So pretty impressive. A guy from Hartford was the National Player of the Year. He then was the second pick in the NBA draft and enjoyed a 17-year career in the NBA. He earned multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards and was an all-time leader in shot blocking. So a very distinguished career for the Hartford native. Next section is really any questions on that so far? Okay. Next section is kind of why name the court after Marcus Camby. So Marcus Camby's ongoing commitment to his Hartford roots is truly commendable, and here are some examples. He has supported the Hartford community with donations to Hartford nonprofits during holiday food drives. He purchased uniforms and sneakers for boys and girls teams at Hartford Public. He also provides scholarship money to graduating students. He has sponsored teams in the Hartford Pro-Am Summer League. He's also a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2016. He attends our events and he provides monetary assistance. The Hall of Fame, we have a charitable arm, and one of the examples is we've given 46 Hartford High graduating seniors some scholarship help over the last 10 years, and we also make a yearly donation to Hartford Promise. So some of his support helps us there too. Marcus also, after his NBA career ended, went back to UMass to complete his degree and fulfilling a family promise. In 2022, a statue of Marcus Camby was unveiled at the UMass or on the UMass campus, honoring their basketball legend. He could be an inspiration for students that use the field house and the Marcus Camby court, knowing that one of our own has made it big, and maybe I can too. Lastly, he has resources to continue to provide assistance and support to the activities at the high school and also in Hartford. And he is very excited about the potential of this happening. So any questions on that part of the presentation? Okay, so if this did get approved, the Rise Up group, that's the same group that did the mural at the field house, will paint an inscription on the basketball court, and the inscription would basically say, in probably fancy letters, Marcus Camby Court. Funding for this has already been secured, and then when approved, we would schedule a ceremony to officially name the court after Marcus Camby. Hopefully, if this does get approved, many of you can attend. And again, I'll any questions and next steps to kind of hopefully move this along.
I don't think I see any hands up. Oh, sorry, Board Member Walker, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Mike, I wanted just to lift up, because you've done an excellent job talking about the breadth and of Marcus's career and his accomplishments. I did want to offer mention of his foundation, that Cambyland Foundation, because that foundation has had a sustained level of giving in Hartford. And so it's just worth, I think, listening that as you list all the other things that he's done, that's been a very sustained kind of commitment he's made to Hartford.
Yep, definitely will add that. Thank you. The and support for this, so we, in the petition, we had a number of folks sign the petition, and then we had a number of letters of support sent. TJ Clark and John Gale are supportive. They're both counselors, and then Hyacinth Yenny, is an activist in the city, is very supportive as well. So I just wanted to mention that among a lot of other folks who pretty much have ties to Hartford Public and the Hartford school system.
Thank you. Any other questions from board members?
I mean, I just want to go on the record as saying that this sounds like a pretty awesome way to celebrate, a Hartford native who's gone on to do pretty spectacular things, especially since it's not renaming an entire school. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And, also Principal Minga has been pretty effusive with her praise of this individual. So I think that this is a pretty awesome way to make sure that we sort of show our students that, if you do well in life and you come back home to Hartford, that you will be celebrated later on in life too. So I think that's a pretty amazing way to sort of inspire our young people.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, Board Member Mills. I don't think I see any other hands up. Did anyone from Hartford Public High want to share some thoughts as well?
I just want to add, no more than what it was already shared, but it's more so to give students that message that they are part of this legacy. Hartford High began in 1638, and it continues with the current students. So it's always to go back and talk about our stories, talk about our identity, and I think renaming, or not renaming actually, because there isn't a name, naming after Marcus Casby it's going to be a continuation of identity, a continuation of who we are as a school, and how much we have overcome. So it's a testament of all. It's not just athletes, scientists, and of the talented individuals that Hartford High has produced throughout the years. So it continues of that testament and the work that is being done.
Thank you.
And in case you can't see, Krista has her hand
Oh,
up.
go ahead, Board Member Estrada.
I'm sorry, my camera's giving me a little bit of a hard time, but I just wanted to name, sort of like echo what both Corey and Elvis have shared about just celebrating the fact that our young people have done amazing things, have gone on to do amazing things in the larger scale, and have brought and those and folks that continue to be committed to the city that saw them grow, that poured into them, and that they're willing to pour back into. And what a beautiful way to honor that legacy, but also to honor the legacy of all the other folks that continue to do so, and the fact that our young kids can see themselves reflected on that, right? Like to know that there are so many different avenues and so many accomplishments that have been made by the students who graduated from Harvard Public Schools. And I love that the recognition that is part of our identity, and how do we move forward and instead of our identity as Hartford Public Schools. So I'm very excited that this is happening, and thank you all for bringing it to the board and to highlighting, because I actually didn't know a ton about his history. So it was really great to know a little bit about his history and what he's done beyond the field, like beyond the court, but also like the accomplishments he made in the court, and what that meant in college and post-college, and what that continues to mean to our young people and their support of our young people. So thank you for bringing that.
Thank you. I don't see any other hands up. I don't know if there's any other comments.
I guess I have a quick question, and sort of similar to when we were trying to rename the school. This doesn't actually require, does this require action from our policy committee? Do we have to vote yes to recommend that we do the thing?
So that we don't vote.
Because I'm down to do that.
We don't vote at the committee on anything. I think this will move to the entire board. I'll review the policy again. I believe we do have a 3-month time to further investigate to see if we want additional documentation before we take the full vote at the general board meeting. If there's any reasons to request that this be expedited or anything, I suppose that's something to look into, but I know our policy does require that we do our own due diligence to review the application and review the merits and make sure that the public is in agreement, or at least interested parties are in agreement. Not necessarily that they are in agreement, but we just want to fully vet this to make sure that there's the support to do the renaming or to name for the first time. Board Member Walker?
Yeah, thanks, Chair. I was just going to ask that you the steps, and if you can spell it out or send it out to us as board members. I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit different than, like Corey says, a little bit different than naming the whole school. So I just wanted to see some of the details, just to understand how this is a little bit different. So what you just talked about, if you could offline just send us the list of things we've got to do over the next 3 months, that would be great.
And thank you, because actually it was my question, just to know the timeline. And I know that's not as big as naming a school, it's just the court. So not even the entire field house. And I wasn't sure if the 3 months policy applies to even that portion.
I'll review the policy again. My recollection is that it does apply, whether it's in part or an entire renaming or first time naming. But I also can see why maybe in a simpler request, there may not be such a need. So I will review it again. Feel like we just did that yesterday. So my mind is very fresh, but you never know. When I look at the words on paper, something else might jump out at me. I'll probably be in touch with Christina before any next meeting, and then identify maybe a timetable and to try to move this forward. But I very much like to keep things moving along instead of delaying the process when I can. Christina, do you want to add something
I
else?
was going to say, Chair, I did just review it, and I can confirm that as it reads right now, it is the same for whether it's a school
Right.
or part of a facility. The process is the same. I know the decision is bigger when it's the whole school, but the process remains the same. So it would be announced at this next regular board meeting on February 17th. So it could be broader, and then the 3 month, at least 3 months must pass, in which the committee, I encourage you to have folks come to public comment, send more letters, and I will add to the packet. And then the board will have a bigger picture, a clearer picture. But yes, the process is the same.
Thank you, Christina. I spent a lot of time with that policy. I thought I was remembering correctly, but you never know. Yep. So that's really it in terms of our agenda for the next meeting. Board members, Strata Presidents, you're here. I did ask Christina to ensure that we're bringing the policy, the CABE model policy for the superintendent search, just as a start, and then we can revise as needed or discuss if that's something we want to look into. What aspects of it do we like, do we not like? Because we did say during our last search process that we, as a board that has, since we've gone through this, it would be good to sort of document that experience and sort of create some type of manual going forward. That obviously is not binding, but if policy would be, but the next board could always change it when we are searching for a superintendent again. So I think it would be good to just lay out a process and consider this CABE model policy that board member Strata Perez brought to my attention quite some time ago. So I took a little bit to bring it to the whole group, but I do want to tackle that this year. And that's all. Thank you all for your time. Have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you giving us some time today.
All right. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.